at her severed arm, ripping it off of me and throwing it at her feet. I ran, looking back over my shoulder as Mrs. Santiago stood there, seemingly unaware that she'd just had her arm removed, staring at me as I sprinted down the hallway. I ran for the nearest exit through the empty hallways, past dark classrooms. The lockdown alarm was still blaring, but I barely noticed it. The sound of my heart beating seemed louder than any alarm could ever be. I slowed as I passed Tom's classroom, clarity coming into my thoughts.
I think they should work now.
I wanted to run out, but thinking of Tom and my other friends made me think of all the students that would be in danger if I just ran away.
Nah, it's still not working. I don't know why.
I approached Tom's classroom slowly, glancing through the slender window into the dark room. I thought I had seen Tom's fifth period teacher, Mr. Pelham, in the gym. So when I didn't see anyone in the classroom, I banged on the door. "Tom!" I whispered loudly at the door between bangs. "Tom, it's me, Nate," I said. Tom appeared out of the darkness. "Nate?" he said through the closed door. "What are you doing? It's lockdown, man." "Where's your teacher?" I said.
The alerts are working for YouTube, but they're not working for Twitch. That's weird.
"Open the door. We've got to go," I said. "The teachers, they're killing people." "What?" Tom said, smiling. "Don't mess with me, man. This is serious." I stepped back from the door and glanced both ways down the hall. I didn't see anyone. "I am serious," I said. "Everyone needs to leave. Come on." Tom reached for the door handle, but a voice from inside the classroom stopped him. I couldn't hear exactly what they said, but Tom's response gave me a clue. "I know we're not supposed to open the door," Tom said. "But this is Nate. He's no school shooter." Tom opened the door and let me inside. I closed it behind me and looked into the darkness at the students sitting against the wall. "We need to go," I told them. "Now. Something is seriously wrong." "We're supposed to stay here," one girl whose name I didn't know said. "That's what the drills are all about, remember?" "I'm telling you," I said. "The drills didn't have this in mind. It's the teachers. I watched them kill some of my classmates. There's something wrong with them. Haven't you noticed anything strange today?" I could see in their eyes.
This shit pissing me off. I don't know why my alerts aren't working.
But none of them moved. "All right, fine," I said. "I'll go get help. Tom, you gonna stay here or come with me?" "I'm with you, man," Tom said, looking scared. "Okay," I said to him. Then I turned to the other students. "Someone call 911 if you haven't already." "We have," someone said. "They have police on the way. Lock the door behind us," Tom said to the nearest student as we turned to the door. It was tempting to hunker down and wait for the cops to show up, but seeing what I'd seen, there was no way I could do it.
That's my day. My day's straight.
The teachers had keys to the classrooms after all. We'd be sitting ducks. I checked the hall before stepping out. Tom followed, shutting the door softly behind us.
Kind of mad how my
we
alerts
booked
aren't
to the
working
nearest
now.
exit and pushed on the metal bars to open the doors. They came open a few inches and stopped, the telltale rattle of chains coming from the outside. "They locked the doors," I said in a harsh whisper. "What the hell is going on here?" Tom said. I looked around. "Let's try the faculty area," I said, noticing that we were near the admin offices. "Maybe they left one of those unlocked." Tom nodded. We moved cautiously through the halls toward admin, listening hard and keeping our eyes peeled. We ducked through the doors denoting the faculty area and saw a flickering orange light coming from the teacher's lounge. The door was closed, but, like most of the doors in the school, it had a thin rectangular window off-center through which the flickering light shone. I crept up to the door with Tom behind me.
If anyone subs or donates, I
looked
promise
through the window.
I will announce it.
I saw a figure in the middle of the room.
I will know.
Right
I will know. Trust me.
I pulled my head back down. "What?" Tom said.
I'm gonna start a sub
"There's
goal.
someone in there," I said, then stopped. The image of the figure in the room took a moment to solidify in my mind. I stuck my head up again and looked through the window. The vice principal,
It's Botrick's Live. That's what it is. It's Botrick's Live. I gotta take that stupid ass bot off.
Outstretched to make an X with his body. He was naked.
It's conflicting
and
with
there
my
was a
shit, bro.
short
It's
wooden
Botrick's
spear
Live.
jammed through his chest. The orange light was coming out of his eyes, nostrils, and wide open mouth, flickering as if from an inner fire. There were also red glowing words and symbols written on the floors and walls of the lounge, pulsating in time with the brighter light coming out of Sheridan's face. He floated just above a glowing circle on the floor. the edges of which were surrounded by strange symbols and words. I couldn't read any of the words because they were in another language, but the symbols looked like they'd been taken right out of a horror movie. "How is this happening?" Tom said, and I realized he was standing behind me, looking over my head through the window.
I don't even know how bot works out of my
sounded on the verge of tears. "This isn't supposed to happen," he continued.
I gotta figure
"This isn't possible." "We need to get out of here," I said. "Now." We moved past the vice principal's office and the principal's office, and past the admin office to the doors used by the faculty. I pushed on one of the doors, my hope disappearing as it, too, only opened partially before it was stopped by exterior chains. "The principal's office," I said. "Maybe the window's open, or we can break one." Tom nodded, following along, wringing his hands. As soon as we got into the office, I could tell that the windows weren't designed to open. I started looking around for something heavy I could use to break one of the windows. I located a heavy teaching award on the desk and picked it up. It was the shape of an apple attached to a wooden base. It weighed maybe 10 pounds. I glanced down at the desk plotter, noticing that it was a calendar. I looked at yesterday's date, reading a note there. Faculty meeting, 5:30 p.m. Something fell together in my mind. I was about to tell Tom about it when he spoke. "Someone's coming," he said in a harsh whisper. We ducked behind the principal's desk as a figure moved through the hall outside the office. I heard the door to the office open, and I clutched the award in my sweaty hands, mentally preparing myself to use it. "Nate Oshman?" a woman's voice said. "Is that you?" I stood up quickly, holding the heavy
I just got
award
bot
over
Ricks
my
out of
head.
there. Because he's drunk.
Christina
Like, what the heck?
A pretty 20-something art teacher
bot.
I'd had my junior year. "We need to get out of here," she said, holding up her hands.
Yeah, but the follow,
"I don't know what's happening with the other
working,
teachers, but they're killing students." "Yeah, no shit," I said. Tom stood up, eyeing Christina nervously. She looked normal.
Y'all can send more. Y'all can send emos
sounded
now.
genuinely
Go ahead.
scared, but I wasn't about to let her near me.
I don't know why. I don't know
"Were you
why
at the
he
meeting
said that.
yesterday?" I asked her, taking a shot in the dark. She
Why
looked at me
it
with
said
open
that.
curiosity. "The meeting? What are you talking about? Why is that important?" "Because I'm guessing that's the last time all the teachers were together in one room," I said. "Whatever happened to them, someone did it on purpose. You walked past the teacher's lounge. You must have seen it." "I was sick yesterday," Christina said, apparently seeing the logic in my thinking. "I missed it. Now, can we please get out of here? Whoever chained up the doors had to be able to get back in here somehow. I have a key to all the exterior doors. We can find the one and get out of here."
Someone try
I glanced
Someone
at
try
Tom,
spamming emotes.
who looked at
Y'all
me
should
with
be. Y'all should be
wide
cool
eyes,
now.
which he shifted down toward the desk. He was trying to tell me something. "Let me think," I said to Christina,
gosh.
then looked down at the desk. Tom leaned down and put his hand on top of a clipboard on the desk. I glanced at it, seeing it was a list of names, teachers' names. At the top of the sheet, it read, "Faculty attendance," and right next to Tom's index finger was the name Christina Henry. Next to her name,
Yeah, y'all cool.
a check mark.
It's cool. Y'all got it.
I looked back up to see that she had a gun in her hand. "I like you guys," she said, dropping the scared tone. "I really would have let you go. You're both respectful students. You're not disruptive. I really wish you would have believed me." She raised the gun. I threw the heavy award at her, ducking as I did so. She fired the gun, but missed as she dodged out of the way of the teacher's award. Tom dove over the desk and tackled Christina, slamming her against the wall. They both fell in a tangle on the ground. Tom scrambled on top of her. She brought the gun up, but Tom caught her wrist with his left hand. With his right, he reached out and grabbed the award, then slammed it down on her face once.
Oh my
That
God.
was all it took. Seeing what he'd done, he clambered off of her, as if she were hot
Nah,
to
bro.
the touch.
W, bro. Don't feel bad.
I stepped over to her and felt her pockets for the keys she spoke of. I found them and darted out of the office. "Where are you going?" Tom cried. "We need to stop this," I said over my shoulder. I froze when we got into the hall. I could see through the doors to the faculty area that the hall was filled with teachers. They all had sharp implements in their hands, and they were all coated in blood. They stared at me blankly as they hurried down the hall.
I don't get.
I ran toward them, stopping at the teacher's lounge. The doors to the faculty area were about 15 yards to my right. The teachers were 5 yards beyond that. I tried the knob to the teacher's lounge door, unsurprised to find it locked. Trying to calm my shaking hands, I fiddled with the keys, trying 2 of them before the doors opened to my right. I had time for 3 more out of the dozen on the key ring. To my left, Tom came out of the principal's office. "Oh, shit, man," he said, looking at the dead-eyed teachers bearing down on me. "Run, Nate!" he cried. I slid a key into the knob and turned it, amazed to find that it actually worked. I'd found the key. I stepped into the room and picked up a chair from the wall just as the teachers crowded the doorway behind me. I stood outside the glowing circle.
Whoa!
I turned around to see that all the teachers crowding the hallway were now sprawled out. I knew instinctively that they weren't unconscious. They were dead.
Now I gotta restart my
They'd
TikTok.
been
Hold
dead
on.
all day. At least now, they weren't trying to kill us. Behind us, outside the school, the sound of approaching sirens was like music to my ears. Story 3, Hungry High School. History class underway, and there's nothing more boring. I slide.
Bro, I had to restart the TikTok, bro. I'm sorry. Cause that was off guard. Like, why the fuck would that just happen, bro? It's about to piss me off, bro. This shit about to piss me off. Alright. I'm putting it back on.
They'd been dead all day. At least now, they weren't trying to kill us. Behind us, outside the school, the sound of approaching sirens was like music to my ears. Story 3.
Story 3. Make sure y'all all come to the Twitch and the YouTube, man. Come to the Twitch and the
History class is
YouTube.
underway, and there's nothing more boring. I slide down in
Did
my
it played
seat
earlier? I missed
and
it.
adjust my hooded
Oh,
sweatshirt.
this how I restarted it.
Mrs. Blaylock used to give me shit
I must have
about
missed
my
it.
hood, but I eventually wore her down.
Twitch
It's
and
not the
YouTube at
hood that I'm
Hundo_grand.
concerned with, though. It's the headphones in my ears under the hood. There are a few classes where I can get away with listening to music while the teacher drones on. It takes persistence to make it so the teachers don't even try, but I'm stubborn and I like to get my way.
What game am I playing tonight? I'm
I
not sure.
zone out while Mrs. Blaylock goes over World War II. Class is about halfway over when all the students suddenly perk up and look toward the PA speaker in the corner of the room. I reach up and take one of my headphones out, hearing the familiar instructions of another lockdown drill. It's about time.
I didn't
for
get
one,
banned on
I
TikTok.
think.
I just
We
restarted
do
it.
one every month. I slip the headphone back into my ear. I don't need to hear the instructions. I already know what we're supposed to do. I lean forward and get ready to head to the other side of the room with the rest of the students. A fast-paced punk rock song plays in my ears. Everyone stays seated for another minute or so, and I assume there must be some other announcements or instructions for this drill. I debate taking my headphones out to hear them, but it's probably too late now anyway. I'll just follow the lead of the other students. Mrs. Blaylock is standing in the front.
Yo,
of the
thanks for
room,
doing these streams. I love
looking
them.
like she's asleep.
Thank
with
you, no
her eyes
problem, man.
open. I know the feeling. The students all stand up at the same time, a synchronized movement that gives me chills. I stand up too, shrugging it off as a coincidence. I take a couple of steps forward to head to the wall, but none of the other students are moving. I look over at Jared, who is the only kid in class I can really stand, and see that he's standing up, just staring ahead. What the hell is going on? I think for a second that everyone in class is playing a prank on me, but that would involve a level of preparedness that is unthinkable for high school students, especially the ones at my school. The song I'm listening to ends, and there's a moment of silence before the next one begins. A strange, repetitive sound comes dully through my headphones, and I feel my mind slipping away like I'm about to fall asleep. But it's not pleasant, like drifting off after a long day. It's downright scary, like my consciousness is being ripped away from me. The next song starts, and I snap out of it, coming back to my body. What in the actual I look up at the PA. There's nowhere else that sound could come from. I pull out my phone and open Spotify. I go into advanced settings and select the crossfade songs option, so there won't be any silence between songs. I put my phone back in my pocket and turn my head. The girl that sits behind Jared, her name's Amy,
What's going
is
on?
sucking on Jared's neck. It only takes me a moment to realize
Oh, freaky.
she's not
Hold on.
really sucking on his neck. She's biting it.
Wait,
She
what?
pulls away with a mouthful
No,
of
no, no,
flesh,
no,
and blood
no!
sprays out of Jared's neck, coating Amy's face as she chews contentedly. Jared doesn't seem to notice. He steps forward to Hector, the
She's not
student
freaky,
ahead of
guys.
him.
She's not freaky.
Jared raises Hector's arm, then takes a big bite out of it. Hands come at me from both sides, and I turn to see dead-eyed students grabbing at me, their mouths watering. I shove them back and rush to the front of the room. I head straight for the door, looking over my shoulder to see that all the students in the classroom are now eating each other. Bloody mouths chew, wounds spill blood, and glazed eyes stare at nothing. Mrs. Blaylock steps toward me with that same blank yet hungry look on her face. I turn, running into the hall, and slam right into the gym teacher, Mr. Hardiman. He grabs me by the shoulders and ducks his head forward to take a bite out of me. I snap my head forward, headbutting him in the nose.
Yeah.
We stumble away from each other. I grip my forehead, wondering how people do that in the movies without getting hurt. I've got a serious headache, but it pales in comparison to the threat of being eaten by Mr. Hardiman. He reaches toward me again, but I duck him and run down the hall. Punk rock plays in my headphones, and I suddenly feel like I'm in a movie with a kick-ass soundtrack. But a glance into a classroom I'm passing reminds me that this is no movie. This is really happening.
This chair is so uncomfortable, bro.
Everyone has turned to zombies, and they're eating each other. I keep running, heading to the front office. I slide to a stop outside the office door, looking through the window. I don't see anyone in the office area. I don't know exactly where the PA system is located, but I assume it must be somewhere beyond that office door in the faculty area. I push through the door and come to the reception desk that's usually manned by Miss Kelly, the administrative assistant. I rush around the desk and trip over someone, or two someones. I realize as I look behind me where I am on the floor. Miss Kelly, once busy eating Principal Daly, now sets her sights on me.
So wait,
She
Principal
grabs
Daly
my
was
left
okay?
leg, while Principal Daly, who is so badly eaten I thought he was dead, sits up from the floor and reaches out for me. I yell and kick and scramble away, ducking into the first office I see. As soon as I stand up in the office, I'm knocked down again as someone in dark clothing runs into me. We both fall to the floor, and I'm ready to fend off a hungry mouth, but the figure clambers up and runs out the door. I look around the office and see the PA system built into the wall next to the desk. The microphone is bent down to a small digital recording device on the desk. I see that someone has taped the transmit button down. I rip the tape off and hit stop on the digital recorder. I pull out my phone and turn down the volume a little, ready to turn it back up if I hear that weird noise again. But I don't. So I turn my music down some more, and then I turn it off. I hear a high-pitched sound start up, which sends my heart skipping and almost has me pushing play on my phone again. But I recognize
Yo,
the
almost at
noise.
10,000 followers on
It's the
Twitch, bro. This is
sound of
crazy.
hundreds of people screaming. I step out to the office door and see Miss Kelly and Principal Daly looking at their wounds, screaming. Principal Daly passes out as I stand there, unsure what to do.
Bro, quite literally just
Miss
leave.
Kelly looks up at me, tears streaming down her blood-smeared cheeks. "What happened?" she screams. "Help me!" All across the school, students and teachers are pouring out of the classrooms, bloody and missing pieces, screaming in confusion. I can hear them. I step back into the office where the PA is and shut the door for a little quiet. I call 911 and tell them there's been a terrible incident during a lockdown drill. I tell them to send all the medical personnel they can. The lady asks me how many people are injured. "All of them," I say. Once the call is done, I lean over, deep press the transmit button on the PA, and tell everyone that help is on the way. I can still hear the screaming. I look down at my phone again, debating. Making a decision, I turn my music back on, crank the volume, and go looking for a first aid kit. Thankful that I can no longer.
Not gonna lie,
hear the
putting your
screaming.
music at max volume
I don't know who it was that
No.
set this whole thing up,
prevent
I
you from
don't know
hearing
how
your
it's even
surroundings is kind of
possible.
dangerous,
but I do know one thing.
especially in this scenario.
I'm never going anywhere without my headphones ever again.
Hey,
Thanks for watching.
hey, that was a W. I'm not gonna lie. That was a W, John. I like that. Hey, Dr. No Sleep, he kind of tough, man. Not gonna lie. I know he got some bangers on this, John. Let me see, man. I know he got some bangers. Got some bangers. Bangers. Let's see the popular ones. Ooh. 3 lockdown horror stories. Nah. 3 oil rig horror stories. Okay, let's check it out. But before we start it, man, make sure I come to the Twitch and the YouTube, bro. Come to the Twitch and YouTube, bro. We are live on Twitch and YouTube, all right? So if you want to go to Twitch, come to Twitch. If you want to go to YouTube, go to YouTube, all right? But yeah, let's get it, bro. You said watch Llama Arts? Bro, I've already watched all of Llama Arts, bro. It's done. It's through, bro.
Not nicely.
We knew from the start that we were digging too deep. It was too deep for the rig, too deep for the drill. Just dangerous and stupid on all counts. But the company thought we might be right above an oil pocket, so we had no choice.
Okay.
Drill, baby, drill, Harvey said, struggling with the lever despite his massive arms. Hey, boss, it's starting to redline, Georgie said, waving me over. Take a look. I don't know if she can handle any more pressure. I chewed at my unlit cigar. The gauge was already in the red, and we weren't even half the distance that the company demanded. I figured when they made me shift leader, it would be a nice raise, and I'd just have to break up the occasional fist fight. Now it looked like I was going to have to either risk a $20 million piece of equipment or call off the drill and risk getting replaced. It was early afternoon and hot as hell. The ocean reflected the sunlight back at us like a mirror. I took off my hard hat to wipe off some sweat and tried to make a choice. For better or worse, the decision was made for me when sparks started to fly. Oh, hell, Harvey said, letting go of the lever and backing up. Georgie pointed to the drill. Boss, I think... The rest of his words were lost in the violent screech of metal as the drill came to a halt. There was a muffled pop, still loud enough to make
my air is literally hazardous, bro.
Then came the smoke, black smoke, so thick you could almost chew it.
Bro, the air quality around me is literally hazardous, bro.
The driller's greatest fear was fire.
I just told you my location.
Luckily, once the drill was shut down, there were
it
no
literally just says
emergencies. We were just beginning maintenance when we heard
this is
scream.
crazy, bro.
At least, I think it was a scream. The sound was distorted, rising up through the water like a blood clot floating loose. Everyone froze as the noise washed over the oil rig. Was that human? Carter asked, glancing around like he was expecting to see somebody being tortured right there on deck. Probably a whale, I guessed. It kind of sounded like a whale song. Harvey spit over the side of the rig. Yeah, maybe if you had a whale hooked to jumper cables. Do you think we hit something with the drill? Georgie asked. He had one skinny hand clasped over the other, probably to stop it from shaking. Georgie was an anxious guy, but, to his credit, everybody on deck looked rattled, me included. I took a deep breath, tucked my chewed-up cigar behind my ear, and tried to put on my best shift leader face. Whatever made the noise isn't going to hurt us 100 feet above the surface, I said. As long as nobody decides to jump into the Gulf for a swim, I think we'll be fine. That got some nervous chuckles from the crew. We went back to running diagnostics. Carter and his team cleared the deck, then went to look over the cranes on either end of the oil rig to make sure there was no damage there. Harvey and his guys did a deep examination of the unmoving drill to try to figure out what we hit and how we could get it turning again.
Yeah, the entire east side of the U.S. is like covered with bad air quality. No, it is.
Watching the computer in the control room reboot,
bro, it's bad, bro.
Reconfigure, then run a systems check. What do you think we hit?
Like, bro, it's bad.
Georgie asked me when we were alone. Mineral deposit? Shipwreck? Who can tell? I just hope the drill isn't busted up too bad. That scream, though. I shrugged and tried to smile. The ocean is full of many wonders, my friend. Maybe it was a whale saying hello, or a pod of dolphins telling us to go fuck ourselves. Whatever it was, it sounded big and down deep, Georgie said, fiddling with the controls. Well, big don't matter too much if it's deep enough. Unless the thing can fly, I think we're safe. Nothing the fellas tried could get the drill turning again. It wasn't so much broken as stuck, according to Harvey. The man sat across from me in the canteen, his beer gut pushing against the table. I don't know what else we can try to get it loose, boss. You reversed the motors? I asked. What about the kick brake? Have you tried to? All of it. Come on, boss. This isn't my first rodeo. We tried everything. The drill is stuck. I sighed and opened up a beer, My shift was over, so I was technically allowed to drink, but it was frowned upon. Whatever. It was a garbage day. Harvey went and joined his usual crew, leaving me to sit alone at the
I'm not gonna lie, this is not scary, bro.
How to fix the issue.
I'm not gonna lie, this is not scary, bro. It's not scary. Not gonna lie, bro. We not finishing that, bro. 3 delivery horror stories. Shit, we can check this out.
Talk nicely.
Darkness is just setting on the landscape as I drive up a winding road to deliver a bunch of Thai food to someone in a nice neighborhood. I have the 2 front windows down, enjoying the cool night air. I've delivered up here many times before, so I know the area pretty well. A lot of the houses are propped on the hillside, overlooking the city below. Most of them are worth well over $1 million,
Give me a minute, man.
which is why the 2 people walking down the road catch my attention. Not only are the roads dangerous to walk on because of all the turns, but there's no sidewalk either. And I've never seen anyone on foot in this neighborhood. Not unless it's someone checking the mail or bringing their trash barrel up the driveway. My GPS tells me that the house is just on the left, so I slow down and swing in. The people, a man and a woman, if I'm seeing right, are heading down the road toward me, walking along the edge of a wooded area between houses. I glance at them but don't think much else of it as I bring the several bags of food up to the house. The lady answers the door and takes the stuff, smiling politely. I smile back, telepathically telling her that she should give me a fat tip. The whole thing takes about a minute. With that done, I head back to my car, glancing around for the man.
Better be scary, bro.
I don't see them. It's dark and my back windows are tinted, so I don't notice anything wrong until I sit in the driver's seat and see a pair of crazed eyes staring at me in the rearview mirror. I start to spin around in my seat to verify that I'm not seeing things. But before I can get all the way around, the man says, "Turn around and face front." He sounds raspy and weak, like he's on his last legs. But I do what he says because he also sounds a little nuts. And as soon as I look into the rearview mirror again, I'm glad I listened to him because he's holding a big hunting knife up for me to see. Shifting my head, I also see that the woman is in the back seat as well. Our eyes meet. She looks petrified. I can see her shaking in the mirror. And I can also see that she's young.
I've already watched all
She's still in her
bro. I'm
teens.
not repeating that again.
The man leans forward, and I feel the blade press against my neck, directly under my right ear.
I'm not gonna lie, you put that blade on me, bro. It's over for you, bro. It's over for you. Don't touch me with that dirty blade, bro. I don't know what that's been. I'm beating you up. Like, you're literally about to get beat up, bro. Like, what? Don't play with me.
He says. I'm afraid talking will cause him to cut me, whether intentionally or not, so I don't speak.
Like, it's literally over for you, bro.
I start the car and reverse out of the driveway. We
I don't
start
care
down
if
the
you try to
winding
cut
road.
me, bro. I will literally,
I
bro,
drive
I
slowly,
move fast.
afraid a bump will open my neck up. After a moment, the guy says, "Drive normal." I swallow and get up to the post.
Stop tapping that blade on my neck, bro. I swear to God, bro. As soon as I feel that cold, rusty steel on my neck, bro. Well, look. What you doing, boy? Stop playing with me, boy.
Speed limit.
You died, bro. You just literally
As we're
died.
getting to the bottom of the mountain, I finally risk a question. "Where do you want me to take you?" He's thinking about this as we approach an intersection with a red light. "Turn left," he says. I get into the left turn lane and look at
He's
him
a
in the
Detroit
mirror.
gun granted.
Then I see something that makes
I ain't
my
gonna lie,
eyes
though. He
bulge.
fuck around gonna stab me, though.
There's a cop car
probably gonna
coming
get
up
stabbed.
behind us. The
probably
guy
gonna
sees
die.
my eyes go wide and turns to look over his shoulder, nicking me with the knife as he does it. I wince.
See, that would have been it. Right there. That would have been it, bro. I'd have beat his ass, bro. Why, like, you nicking me now, bro? You nicking me? I did everything you wanted, bro. And you gonna nick me? All right. Bet.
Feeling
I'm
the
crashing
blood.
the car. I'm crashing the car with the passenger inside, bro. I don't care about the girl, bro. She gonna have to die too. Now I'm crashing the car and you're going out through the windshield, bro. We both gonna die since you wanna nick me with a knife. Like, what the fuck?
Welling up and dripping slowly down my neck. "Just be fucking cool," the guy says, taking the knife away from my
Who
neck
are you talking
and
to?
putting it up to the girls.
Like, he pissing me
She
off.
yelps in fear. "I'll slit her throat if you do anything stupid."
Bro, who is she? I don't care. Slit her throat, bro. I don't know her. I don't know her, bro. Bro, like, who does he think he's talking to, bro? Like, bro, I don't care.
"Then I'll jam this blade into your ear. I'm fast enough to do it."
You're not fast enough to do it, bro. I promise you're not faster than me.
I nod once. still watching the cop. It's soon clear that the cruiser isn't going to turn left, but that means it's going to stay in the right lane, which means it will stop directly beside us.
Oh, so got
The guy in the back seems to realize this at the same time I do.
Hey, W bits,
Roll up your
boy.
window, he says. The right window. He's thinking
I promise you, I'm not following none of your directions no more.
about the blood on my neck, if the cop sees it. But it's too late now anyway. The cruiser is pulling up next to us. It'll draw their attention if I do it now, I say. Just don't.
Thank you for the 25 bits, Sky.
He whispers. I stare dead ahead, trying to see if the cop is looking this way, using only my peripheral vision. Don't you do it, pig, the guy says in back. Don't you f***ing do it. I can feel the blood sliding down toward my shirt collar. I wonder if it's noticeable in the backsplash from my dashboard. The smell in the car is that of fear, sweat, and fresh urine.
What does fear smell
I think
like?
the girl has let her bladder go. I don't blame her. I see movement out of the corner of my eye, but stay perfectly still. Then the cop speaks.
Hey, you're bleeding.
He says. Unsure what else to do, I turn my head to tell
Bro, I would tell that officer to mind your business, bro. Yeah, and what? Yeah, I'm bleeding. And what, bro? What? Like, so what, bro? You ever seen blood before, bro?
him some bullshit story and how I cut myself. But as I do, I hear the sound of a sharp blade slicing through meat. The girl's blood splashes against my face as the guy opens her throat.
Oh my
Knowing
god.
he aims to make good
I'm not even mad at the fact that he just sliced her throat for no reason. I'm mad at the fact that her blood literally just got on me. Like, literally. I'm mad at the fact that I'm just mad. Like, bro.
on his threat, I throw myself against the steering wheel just as he moves the blade toward me. I feel the tip of it slice through my shirt and into my back, opening me up. As he pulls it back
Opening
again to
you
get ready
up?
for
Yo,
another
pause,
slice,
yo.
I reach down with my left hand and yank on the seat back release lever, throwing myself into the seat back and sending it flying toward him. The blade sinks into the seat back from the other side as it comes down, but then the hilt is pressed against his leg, making it impossible for him to get it out again. The girl flails beside him, one hand to her wound while the other reaches for the man's face. I realize she's trying to claw his eyes out. I throw my car in park and then open the door, launching myself out and landing halfway in the oncoming traffic lane. A car comes to a screeching halt.
I don't get why he
about a
fell. I don't get why he just fell there.
foot from running me over. Inside the car, the man screams. The sound of a gunshot gets me to my feet again. I look over my car to see the cop standing at my passenger side window, his gun pointed into the vehicle at an angle. I lean down and look inside, seeing the two dead people in my back seat. One of them killed by a bullet, the other by a knife wound.
Bro, hold on.
It doesn't take the cops long to find out that it was a kidnapping gone wrong. The girl was some guy's rich daughter. The kidnapper was some strung-out addict whose car wouldn't start after he broke into the girl's house and forced her out at knife point. Me? I was just a delivery driver in the wrong place at the wrong time. Now I'm a delivery driver with over 40 stitches in his back and a massive car cleaning bill.
What? You have to play for that, bro? Alright, bro, that story was stupid. Man, I swear, I wish someone tried to put up a knife on my neck, bro. Like, what? I'm like, hey, bro, I'm gonna give you 5 seconds to get that knife off my neck. Like, what? I promise you, bro, it's not gonna end well. It's not gonna end well for him. For him, the guy with the knife, I promise you guys. I promise you. But anyway, man, make sure I come to the Twitch and the YouTube, bro, at hundo_grand, at hundo_grand. Come to the Twitch and YouTube, bro. You say I'm not doing nothing, bro. I promise you I'm doing something. Come to the Twitch and YouTube at hundo_grand. Story number 2 is about to start. You feel me? W story, man. W stories, man. Let's get it. Oh, like, put
When I
that
first
knife on
heard
my
the
neck.
screams from the
What?
kitchen, I was sure it was a joke. If you've ever worked in a restaurant, you know how crazy things can get in the kitchen. People are always messing with each other, arguing, yelling, or just being really weird to make their coworkers laugh. After the screams, I looked up from my seat in the delivery driver pickup area and soon went back to messing around on my phone. It was late on a Friday night, and I was at a local chain restaurant waiting for a delivery order. I worked for DoorDash at the time while I went through school. The dining area of the restaurant was pretty dead, with only 2 tables occupied, and the people at them were mostly just chatting and drinking. I was sitting near the kitchen in one of the 3 chairs
why is
next
Steve
to
over
the
there?
side entrance. I'd picked up from this restaurant many times before, so I knew the deal. Usually, there were 2 or 3 dashers waiting for food, but this night, it was just me. The scream had clearly come from the kitchen. It was a man's scream, I was pretty sure, but high-pitched. That was kind of why I thought it was a joke. I looked at the flimsy swinging doors to the kitchen on my left, but didn't see anything. That was when I put my attention back on my phone. Then the sound of raised voices came from the kitchen. It sounded like people were getting riled up back there. I looked out into the dining area, front of house, they call it, and saw the people at the tables looking back toward the kitchen, even though they couldn't see the doors from
Can't
where
wait to
they
give
were.
some stupid commentary on this.
When I turned my head the other way, I saw movement through the little square windows on the kitchen doors. It looked like 2 people moved past the doors quickly, but it was hard to tell.
Bro, what is going on? Are those 2 the Flash? Is that Barry Allen? Is that Barry Allen in the reverse Flash? Like, what's going on?
It was really just a blur. Then I heard a man shout,
No!
There was a couple of inches of clearance at the bottom of the doors, and I could see shadows moving through the crack, as though someone was moving back and forth, shaking violently.
Why is the door shaking? Like, why is the door throwing ass? Like, what?
After a moment, the shadows stopped moving, and there was a thud.
It was me, Barry.
There was movement, and I looked up at the window in the left-hand door, seeing a face staring out at me. I immediately knew something was wrong with the
Yeah, bro got herpes on his face, bro. You said I immediately knew something
guy.
was wrong.
His eyes were too wide, and he had a massive grin on his face.
Hold on. Let's spin that back. Let's spin that back, yo. Chat, listen to this. Chat, listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this.
What's wrong with the guy?
Listen to this. He
In the
says
face.
he says this. I immediately realized there's something wrong with him.
Staring out at me. I immediately knew something was wrong with the guy. His eyes were too wide,
Okay.
and he had a massive grin on his face.
Okay.
Teeth weren't white.
Okay. So you don't notice anything else. What about the dots? What about the polka dots on his face? Okay.
They were red with blood. His skin was bright pink and bubbly. I thought at first that he was
gonna
wearing
ignore
a
it.
mask, but then I realized he'd suffered 3rd-degree burns all over his face.
Oh, okay. Now he
I
knows.
sat there petrified as the guy stared at me.
But that wasn't immediate.
I
That
don't
wasn't
know how much
immediate
time
enough for me, bro.
passed, but it seemed like a full minute. When I was sure he was going to push through the door and come toward me, he suddenly looked down at his feet.
Oh my, bro. Why do people like? I don't get the creepy shit, bro. Like, I really don't get the creepy shit, bro. I promise you, this is not gonna work on me, bro. You're not intimidating to me, bro. If anything, you look at me like this, I'm gonna punch you in the face. You're getting punched in the face, bro, or kicked in your teeth, or worse. Like, I don't know, bro. This doesn't scare me, bro. This just pisses me off. Don't stare at me like this, bro. Do not stare at me like this, or you're just gonna get punched in the face, bro. I promise you, it's gonna have the adverse effect. I'm just gonna punch you in the face.
I followed his gaze, peering at the crack between the bottom
So
of the
I'm
door
not doing nothing, bro.
and
I'm
the
doing
kitchen's
something,
white
bro.
tile floor. And I saw what he was looking at. There was an expanding pool of blood there.
That's supposed to be blood, bro.
and
I would
it
think
had
it's Kool-Aid,
gotten on
bro.
his shoes.
I would literally think it's Kool-Aid
He
and still punch
sidestepped
on you.
over to the other window and started staring at me again for a few seconds before he shrieked.
I would drag him out that.
I ran over to the people in the dining area, waving my arms.
Get out of here!
I said,
We gotta go!
the people were confused at first, but as I got closer, their faces contorted with fear.
Run!
One man shouted, pointing over my shoulder. Turning, I saw the man with the burned face just 2 steps behind me.
Get
a
outta here.
huge, bloody knife held in one fist. He sliced out at me with the knife, which I barely dodged by jerking my upper body back. As I scrambled away from him, backpedaling, I tripped over a chair and fell to the floor. The man with the knife loomed over me, still wearing that awful grin even though he must have been in tremendous pain. He
Alright, here's my
raised
thing,
the
bro.
knife and swung it down at me. I could do nothing but put my hands up.
Here's my thing, bro. I've said this a lot. If anyone ever comes at me with a knife, bro, you just better succeed. If you miss, hesitate, or just don't manage to stab me or injure me in any way, like fatally, it's over for you. You're through. You are through. When I say I'm about to hit you with the meanest combo you've ever seen in your life, boom, bing, bop, it's over, bro. I'm just saying, your first swing, you better succeed. Because if you don't kill me, it's over for you, buddy. It's over for you, partner.
so he wouldn't cut my face. But before his blade reached me, a chair slammed into him, knocking the knife out of his hand and sending him stumbling back. One of the patrons had thrown it at him,
Telling y'all, chat.
and another one came and grabbed me up. We all ran out of the restaurant together, looking over our shoulders to see if the crazed employee would come out. But he didn't. The police showed up not long after that. One of the employees, who had run out the back of the restaurant when the guy went crazy, had called the cops. The police arrested the guy, but the 2 people he stabbed in the kitchen died from their wounds. I heard later that the man stuck his own face in a vat of boiling oil before stabbing the 2 guys in the kitchen.
Okay, hold on. Okay, I thought the guys in the kitchen did that. I thought they put oil in his face. He did that to himself? What's wrong with bro? Bro's literally stupid. Like, what's up with him?
Apparently, there wasn't any sign that the guy was close to
Why did he
snapping.
inflict pain on himself?
He wasn't getting fired. He had never acted crazy before. There hadn't even been a simple disagreement before it happened. He just grabbed a knife, stuck his face in a vat of hot oil, and then started killing his coworkers.
Why?
He just snapped.
I don't believe. I honestly, bro, there is no level of snapping that's making you that's possessing you to just stick your face in oil. There's nothing that's doing that. I could be the craziest. I could be the Joker, and I'm still not doing that, bro. Y'all know how crazy the Joker is, bro. I'm not sticking my face in oil, bro. Like what? Honestly, bro had to get possessed by the devil. That's literally the only reason, bro. I would literally believe in the devil at that point, bro. If someone said they stuck their face in oil, I'd be like, oh yeah, the devil. The devil did that to him.
Just like that.
All right, story number 3, man. The last delivery, man. I'm sorry I gotta make my comedy, but my commentary is making these interesting, bro. Like, cause these things not interesting enough, bro. Like, honestly, it's the only thing keeping me up. If I literally just sit here and not talk, bro, I will fall asleep on stream. I promise y'all, bro. I promise y'all, bro. Anyway, yo, look. Come to the Twitch and YouTube, bro, at Hundo_Grand, bro. We was live on Kick, but I had to end that, John, because that thing was sussy. But anyway, come to Twitch and YouTube at Hundo_Grand. We're gonna get the Kick started up probably tomorrow. I rushed it. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, we're gonna make sure I follow y'all boy, man. Follow y'all boy on Kick. Follow y'all boy on Twitch and YouTube, all right? And let's get it, bro. And yeah, the air quality is trash right now, bro. It is trash.
I directed my big brown box truck up the driveway, branches scraping along the top and sides as I went. It was 2 days after Prime Day, so I was out late delivering packages well after dark. And the house at the end of the driveway was my least favorite stop.
Oh, it's summer for y'all.
Pretty much every single time I delivered to them, which was several times a week usually,
Your commentary is like
I heard
1.1
screaming and
times
shouting
boost.
coming from the old
That's wild.
mansion.
Smack you in your...
The place was tucked back on a wooded property a good half-mile from the road.
Still a boost, though.
I could tell that it had been a nice place at one time, but it certainly wasn't anymore. The entire front yard was choked with old cars in various states of disrepair, along with decrepit washing machines, dead dryers, broken plumbing fixtures, and 1,000 other pieces of garbage that had been tossed there. Walking up the cluttered stone steps to the door was always an exercise in agility. I tried my best not to trip and break my neck, especially at night.
Okay.
As I rounded the final bend in the driveway, headlights sweeping over the maze of junk in the yard, I thought I saw movement behind a couple of discarded appliances. Just a quick blur, like a large animal fleeing, or someone ducking down to hide. I didn't think much of.
I promise you, if he stops this car, bro, y'all already know how this video is gonna go. I'm gonna be mad as, bro. You see something while you're driving, a blur. Don't stop to check it out, bro. Please don't stop this car, bro. If I play this video and you stop the car, bro, God help me, bro.
Of it, having seen deer and raccoons among the debris many times, apparently drawn there by food scraps.
Okay, I think you're gonna keep going.
There was just enough room at the end of the driveway for me to turn around. We were always supposed to turn around before delivering at a stop instead of
No matter
after.
what, just don't get out the car. Please don't get out the car.
Once I had the truck positioned facing out, I shut off the engine and opened up the door to the cargo area. I only had about 20 stops to go, so finding the package wasn't hard. As I shut the door and stepped out of the vehicle, I realized there was no screaming coming from the house. Even at almost 10 o'clock at night, this was a rarity. I'd been delivering to the two men who lived in the house for the better part of a year. They both had the same last name and looked very similar, so I figured they were brothers. One was Timothy, and the other was Martin. Heading up the stairs to the front door, I kept my eyes on my feet so I wouldn't trip on anything. At the top of the stairs, I set the box down and pulled out my scanner. As I scanned
You're not going to die because he's the one
I
narrating,
noticed
so
that
I don't
the
think he's
front
going to
door
die.
was open a crack. Something moved out in the yard, thumping against a metal appliance. I spun around, looking out at the dark shapes on both sides of the drive.
Get back in your car immediately. Get back in your car immediately. I know you saw that shadowy figure. Get back in your car immediately and just go. Leave.
With my truck's headlights off, I couldn't see much of anything. Shaking my head, I pressed a couple of buttons on my scanner to complete the delivery.
Ignores it. He just ignores it. I definitely saw a shadowy figure. But I think I'll ignore it. It was probably just the wind.
Then started the treacherous journey down the stairs. There were soda bottles, action figures, loose nails, and even marbles on the stairs, like they wanted people to trip and fall. I made it to the bottom safely and moved up the driver's side of the truck, jumping into the seat before I saw the person sitting in the jump seat on the other side. Launching myself out of the truck, I turned around and looked inside, my pulse thrumming. It was one of the brothers, Martin. He hadn't moved at all, but he looked wrong.
He looked wrong? Clearly he's either unconscious or dead, bro. Come on, bro.
Kind of bloody around the ears and the forehead, but he didn't seem to be actively bleeding. It was almost as if he had superficial cuts along his hairline. It was so dark, I couldn't see clearly. "Martin?" I said. "You okay?"
You're gonna ask, that's the first thing you ask when you see blood on someone's face? Are you okay? Does he look okay? He's not! No, he's not okay. You already know the answer. All right, bro.
He didn't answer. His eyes were closed. Looking
can't.
around the yard, I felt like I was being watched. Moving around the truck, I came to the passenger side. The door stayed open while I was delivering,
I just got
so
it.
I was able to go right up to him. I stuck my hand out and touched his.
Is he not even wondering how he got in the car in the first place? How did he even get in the car in the first place, bro? How did Martin get in the car, Blue Nick? Oh my, I can't.
Shoulder. He slumped down, falling off the seat.
Bro,
and
he's
into the
dead, bro.
footwell.
Quite literally
Acting
dead.
on reflex, I reached forward and caught him before he fell all the way out of the truck. He was still warm, so I didn't think he was dead. I got him out of the
he
truck
could be
and
unconscious.
laid him on the driveway before kneeling next to him and pulling out my phone. I reached under his chin to feel for a pulse, and that's when the skin on his face shifted with a wet, sucking sound. I
What?
pulled my hand away just as the man sat up, like he was yanked on a string. He reached up and grabbed his face, pulling it off completely. With a jolt of terror, I realized it was the other brother, Timothy. He'd been wearing Martin's face. As he pulled the skin off his own face,
What's the point of that? What's the point of wearing your only brother's face? Like, what's the point of that, bro?
he revealed wild eyes and a sickly grin. He cocked his head sideways as he looked at me. Then
I'm just confused on the part of why he wore his brother's face. You could have literally just covered yourself in blood and then just... I'm so confused.
belted out shrieking laughter. I bolted away from him, straight into the yard.
This is pointless.
I ran down the side of the driveway, dodging around all the junk. But when I came to the place where I thought I'd seen movement earlier, I tripped over something. My phone flew out of my hands as I hit the ground. Looking back, I saw that I had tripped over Martin. Not only was the skin of his face gone, but the skin of his entire upper body was in the process of being removed.
Why?
My stomach revolted.
Why? Tell me what the point is of removing his skin. Why? I need to know.
And I puked, even as I was getting up to run again. After making it a few feet, I came to my senses, ducking down behind the shell of an old Camaro. I looked and listened, but there was no sign of the crazed man. I peered at my truck, knowing it was my best bet for getting to
You're seeing
safety.
all that junk around you and you tell me you
If I could
can't
just
find
get
one
to
weapon?
it, I could start it up in a matter of seconds and be on my way. It was better than running the half mile to the road. I'd been working for nearly 10 hours, and my legs were heavy with fatigue. I couldn't make it to the road without the truck, but I could put everything I had into a mad dash to the vehicle. Taking a deep breath, I bolted from my hiding place, running straight down the driveway, feeling like an Olympic sprinter. I heard Timothy's shrieking laughter nearby as I threw myself into the truck. 4 seconds later, I jammed down on the gas pedal and lurched down the road. Up ahead, Timothy darted out onto the driveway, knife in hand. He laughed, probably
Why are you stopping the car? Drive!
thinking I would stop. At the last moment, he dove to the left, but I was ready for it.
Oh my God, bro.
I jerked the wheel that way, smashing him against the very same Camaro I hid behind. As the truck continued on, he was dragged along between the two vehicles before he fell. My back left tire bumped over him as I pulled the truck back onto the driveway.
Oh my
When I got to
God.
the road,
Thank
I
God.
turned and went down to the nearest house. I'd lost my phone when I tripped over Martin, so I had to wake someone to have them call the police. As I got out of the truck, I walked down the side, seeing the damage I'd done. There were dents and scrapes all along the side of the vehicle.
Bro, F that truck, bro. You just got out there with your life and you worried about a truck, bro. Who cares?
But no blood.
Call the police.
As I moved down past the rear wheel, a hand shot out from under the truck and grabbed my ankle.
No way he hung on to the truck, bro. No way, bro. It's called stomp, 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 bro. I'm stepping on him like...
I tried to run away, but he wouldn't let go. I tripped and fell. The last thing I saw was
He's
his
not that
insane
strong.
grin and the glint of his knife in the moonlight. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe.
He deserves it. I don't care, bro. There's no way he hung onto that car, bro. No way, bro. No way you not... No, there's no way, bro. I don't believe that. I just don't. I literally just don't. Whatever, bro. What else we got, bro? Three horror story anime lockdown. These like lockdown joints. These like lockdown joints, bro. We're gonna watch one story of these. Y'all wanna see? After this, y'all want me to play a scary game? After this, y'all want a scary game or no? A scary game or no after this? What y'all want? You say yes, yes. I'll give y'all a scary game. This game is scary. I'm not gonna lie.
Talk to nicely.
After
He's
this,
fast,
after this.
and I can't move quick enough to dodge the slap. My head jerks sideways as my father's hand collides with the left side of my face.
Yo!
But this time, I keep to my feet. He releases a long, wordless wail as he brings his hand back, as if to hit me again. His brown eyes
Oh, by the way, make sure I come to my Twitch and YouTube at Hundo_Grand.
are brimming with tears above his bushy black beard.
Damn it, boy.
He says, voice raw with emotion.
Whoa, whoa! Did y'all hear the boy in that voice? Boy. Yo. I know what type of. Oh yeah, he. Oh nah. He one of those.
I told you. I told you.
I stand defiant next to the boarded up window. I managed to get one nail out before my father snuck up behind me. I thought he was asleep. I was wrong.
You gonna hit me again?
I shout.
Come on.
He jerks forward, grabbing the base of my neck with his large
I'm not gonna lie, bro. If my son ever tests me like that, bro, I'm gonna be beating him up. Me and my son gonna be on the floor, knocked out cold. Not gonna lie to you.
calloused hands. I think he's going to throttle me at first, but he yanks me toward his chest, pulling me into a too tight hug.
What can I do to make you understand?
He whimpers.
Tell me what I can do.
Over his shoulder, I see my sister appear in the hall outside the den, drawn by the resounding slap. She runs up in her sock feet, short, brunette hair bouncing as she
Sister
rushes
kind of
into the
bad,
room.
I ain't gonna lie.
What happened?
She asks. Dad doesn't answer. He just shifts and pulls Amy in with one arm, hugging us both tight.
I know this is hard.
He says to us,
Whoa.
Hardest thing ever, really. But I need you two to understand that you can't leave. You can't. It's not safe out there.
it's the same story we've been told for the last 2 years, and it's getting old. I push away, slipping my head out of his arm.
I wasn't going to leave.
I say,
I just wanted to look. I just wanted to see the trees and the sun for a change.
Dad shakes his head, letting go of Amy.
That's how it starts.
He says,
First, you'll only want to look. Then you'll want to venture into the yard. Then you'll want to head into the woods. Best to just not start. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is.
It's been 2 years, Daddy.
Amy says,
Can't we just look out?
Just for a few minutes? I mean, you get to go outside. Why can't we? Dad shakes his head again, wiping tears away.
I know you're both at an age where staying cooped up in here seems like the worst thing possible. I remember being 17, but I can't imagine how hard this is on you both. I never had to go through anything like this when I was your age. But the fact is, you need to be mentally prepared to go out there. Because they'll try to trick you. They will.
Who will?
I ask. Them,
He says.
they're the ones out there now. There are no more people like you or me.
That's what you keep saying.
I say.
But how are we supposed to believe you if we haven't ever seen them?
This is not up for discussion. You're not ready. And if I find you trying to pry another board off a window or open a door, I'll be forced to institute a strict lockdown.
Stricter than this?
I say, nearly shouting. But my dad is already walking out of the room. A few moments later, he returns with a hammer and several nails. He repairs the damage I did and adds an extra nail to each side of the board covering the window. It's about time to start dinner, he says. You two better get to it. Amy and I share a look. Then we walk out of the den, heading for the kitchen. I heard a plane again, I tell her when we're out of earshot. Her eyes widen.
You did?
Smiling at her excitement. She's only a year younger than me, but she'll always be my baby sister.
Sure did. That's why I was trying to get the board off. I thought Dad was napping. I wish I could hear a plane.
Amy says.
Or anything, really. I thought I heard an engine too the other day.
I tell her.
But it might have been thunder. It was so distant, I couldn't tell.
We fall silent as we reach the kitchen. Dad spent a couple of hours outside today, harvesting vegetables from the garden and slaughtering a chicken for our next few meals. What I wouldn't give to go outside with him, even for just a few minutes. But no. He says I'm not ready. Thinks I'm still just a kid.
Bro, you're 17, bro.
We start preparing dinner, working in silence. Dad comes through the kitchen.
That
with a
tomato
hammer
looked like the most
and
real
heads
tomato
down
I've
to
ever
his
seen in my
room on the
life.
First floor. When dinner is almost ready, I head downstairs to tell Dad. As I approach his room, I pass the back door, which is locked from the inside with a metal chain around two metal hasps, one fixed to the door and the other to the wall. Dad keeps the padlock key around his neck. The other door to the cabin is so boarded up that it would take me hours to get it open. As always, I check to see if the lock is securely fastened. It is. I notice Dad's door is closed, which is only the case when he's drinking, something that's been happening more and more recently. I don't know how much liquor he managed to stow away before we went into lockdown, but he must be getting low. Pausing outside his room, I press my ear to the door.
Every day they keep pushing me,
I hear him say.
and it's getting harder and harder for me to resist them. Sometimes I just want to give in, to let them do whatever they want. At least it would end the turmoil. I wouldn't have to feel like this anymore.
There's a pause, and I hear the sound of liquid gurgling from a bottle. It's my dad.
Damn, he
taking
deep
a
throwing that
swig of
liquid,
liquor.
yo.
I knock on the door even as I turn the knob and walk in. Startled, my dad quickly puts the bottle of whiskey down beside the recliner he's sitting in. He has a framed photo of my mother in his left hand.
Dinner's about ready.
I say.
Okay,
He says, sniffling.
I'm coming.
We don't talk much through dinner. When we're done eating, Amy and I do the cleanup. Then she heads to her room just down the hall from mine on the second floor. I go to my room and collapse onto my bed. As I lie in my bed, staring at the board over my window with nails every 2 inches, I hear a strange murmuring from outside. At first, I think it's the wind, but it seems to get louder or closer, and I realize it's people. I can't hear what they're saying, but the conversation seems casual, judging by the tone. Sounds like a couple of girls walking by in the woods, chatting. I jump up from my bed and rush to Amy's room.
Did you hear that?
I ask. She sits up in her bed, setting her book aside.
Hear what? People.
I say.
Outside. I hear them talking. Really? Yes.
I say.
Just be quiet for a minute.
We stay still, listening. I even hold my breath, but I can't hear the people anymore.
I don't hear anything, Amy says. They must be gone, but they can't have made it far. If we can get out there. You're kidding, Amy says. How? You heard what Dad said. He's been drinking, I tell her. I bet I can get the key from around his neck. Amy's eyes go wide as her mouth drops open. It's unthinkable. You wouldn't. Why not? I say. Dad goes out there every couple of days. Why the hell can't we? If he comes back fine, then we can too.
How does he afford the place they live?
Amy bites her lip, considering. You really hurt people? And a plane? I really did, I say. I mean, what if this is all just made up? All this stuff happened right after Mom died. What if it's completely normal out there? Amy shakes her head.
The dad's just going through trauma.
You saw the news reports back then, she says. Something happened, even if they didn't know exactly what. Yeah, I know something happened.
I don't know.
But that was 2 years
Wait, hold
ago.
on. Something did happen.
What if everything is fine now? I mean, why else would there be planes flying around and people hiking through the woods? Maybe, Amy says. And why would it be safe for Dad to go out, but not us? Does that make any sense to you? No.
Maybe because he's trying to take one for the team? I don't know.
Since Mom died, he's terrified of losing us. So he's kept us cooped up in here, even though whatever happened is cured or solved or whatever. Amy looks like she's coming around, but she's not quite there yet.
I've already played Man the Adventure. I already played it.
Listen, Amy. I heard Dad talking to Mom's picture again tonight. He feels guilty. He was saying how he wanted us to just do whatever we want so he could stop feeling guilty. He said that? I nod. Yeah, in so many words. Amy takes a deep breath. Okay, she says. See if you can get the key. But if you get caught, I didn't know anything about it. I smile. Deal. I can hear my dad snoring as I creep down the stairs. His door is open, as it usually is, because he likes to be able to hear if we start messing with the chain on the back door. As I get to his door, I look inside. He's passed out in the recliner next to his bed, my mom's picture in his lap, and I can see the padlock key on the leather strap around his neck. Moving closer, I stop and wait. Dad? I whisper. Nothing. He's out. Using just the tips of my fingers, I twist the necklace so I can see the metal clasp. I unhook the clasp and then pull the necklace off. My dad doesn't make a move. I head back over to the stairwell to find Amy there, her shoes on and my shoes in her hand. She gives them to me, and I put them on as quickly as I can.
Did you fix your name?
I'm shaking with excitement. She also has a flashlight. I probably would have forgotten about a flashlight in my excitement.
That's a vibe.
Moving as slowly and as gently as possible, I undo the padlock and remove the chain, setting it down next to the doorway.
How did the dad not hear that?
Then I unlock the 2 deadbolts and the knob. Amy and I look at each other in the dimly lit hallway. We smile. The smell of pine trees and fresh earth overwhelms me as I open the door.
They're gonna die.
Amy and I slip out into the darkness. I shut the door gently behind us. Amy clicks the flashlight on and
Does that play
shines it around.
Phasmophobia?
Our yard is fenced in, and there are several raised garden beds within the chain link fencing. The chicken coop is on the other side of the cabin. We can hear the chickens clucking every so often. She turns the beam outward, shining at the pine trees around the property. There's nothing much to see, just trees. But it's still the thrill of a lifetime for me, being outside after so long. The sound of a young woman's laughter splits the air from off in the woods. Did you hear that? I ask Amy. She nods, smiling. When I look back out into the woods, I notice the glow of a fire illuminating the trees just over the low ridge. Suddenly, I can smell the fire on the wind. Let's go check it out, I say, heading toward the gate without waiting for an answer. Amy follows, lighting the way. As we approach the crest, we slow down, looking over. Sure enough, there are 3 teenage girls sitting around a campfire, joking.
I mean, they look normal enough.
Amy and I look at each other with wide eyes. As we're about to discuss our next move, one of the girls calls out to us. Hey, don't be scared. Come join us.
That sounds like a whole
She's a
man.
very pretty girl. In fact, all of them are. I can't believe my luck. Okay, I say. I start forward, and Amy follows a few steps behind.
I gotta go to the boy.
All 3 faces
Bathroom.
are turned toward us, smiling and easygoing. I'm Jenny, the one who already spoke says. Do you guys live in that cabin down there? Yeah, I say. I'm Brandon, and this is Amy. Nice to meet you, Jared, Amy says. I turn to look at her. Jared? I think. What is she talking about? No! A scream cuts the air from behind us. My dad. Amy and I flinch, turning around at the same time to see Dad running toward us through the woods, his shotgun in hand.
Get away! Get back!
What? I say, turning back around to face the teenagers. Jenny, the nearest one, lunges at me. As her hands touch the skin of my neck, reality seems to rip before my eyes. No longer is there a pretty teenage girl in front of me. There's a creature with wide, deep-set eyes and a craggy, blackish-gray face. A crooked grin with cracked teeth sits on the bottom half of its face, under red slits for nostrils. Its tendril-like fingers wrap around my throat. I can feel something entering my skull, but I'm not sure if it's something physical or more of a psychological invasion.
They'll try to trick you,
my dad said earlier. His words repeat in my head as terror freezes my bones. After a moment, I feel a terrible, unending crack form in my mind. A world too awful to comprehend suddenly becomes my reality. I can feel billions of other minds locked in with mine, all half insane and gibbering, pleading for release. I can feel all their pain and their sorrow and their fear, and it's never ending. And I can feel them, the creatures, feeding on it. I understand them suddenly. Time folds in
his dad
on
was
itself,
right.
and I can see them, taunting my father on the days he came outside to work in the garden or get eggs. I can see them taking the form of my mother, telling him things that only she could know. They tried to get him to come out into the woods, into their territory, but he resisted. Until now. Until I drew him out here. I'm vaguely aware of the sound of a shotgun going off. A creature screams. I notice out of the corner of my eye a creature pouncing on Amy, and I can feel it as her mind joins the fray, adding her darkness to the infinite turmoil. The shotgun fires again, and another creature screams, but it's not dead. They can't die. Not with violence, only starvation. My dad comes into view. I see him look from me to Amy and back as he pumps another shell into the chamber. Then he turns the barrel on himself. The shotgun fires, and then I'm pulled out all the way out of reality and into hell. But before my world becomes nothing but agony, my last coherent thought is for my dad. At least he escaped this fate. Also, it turns out that most of
All right, bro. You tried it. All right, y'all make sure y'all come over to the Twitch and the YouTube, bro, because we about to play a scary game, bro. I'm not playing Phasmophobia or Outlast Trials. I played both of those, and I'm tired of playing those. About to play a scary game, bro. It's about to get crazy. We're about to play Fears to Fathom. Oh, I'm scared, bro. I'm scared. Oh, yeah. This is going to get y'all. This is definitely going to get y'all, bro. Yep. Fears to Fathom. Yep. I'm sorry if this is too scary, bro. Y'all gonna hate me for this. I gotta change the game. Hold on, I gotta change the game. I'm just gonna change the Fears to Fathom. There we go. Alright. Y'all ready? Oh, I can't even play this, bro. I can't play it because I'm lagging. I can't play it or I'll lag. This is stupid. I can't play it or I'll lag. We can try Phasmophobia. Okay, we can try Phasmophobia. Dang, bro, I'll lag, bro. Nah, I'm lagging on Twitch. I'm lagging on Twitch and YouTube. That sucks, bro. Maybe I can try Phasmophobia. Let's try Phasmophobia. I gotta change the game again. Alright, hold on. Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't lag on TikTok. That's so weird. It says loading game. What the heck? The game just crashed. I'm gonna try again, bro. Should I try again? What is Dead Frontier 2? I don't even know what that is. Alright, I guess we could play Outlast Trials, bro. We're just gonna play Outlast Trials. Forget it, bro. Outlast Trials, and stop saying more videos, bro. I will end the TikTok live. I will end it. I do not mind ending the TikTok live. I do not mind doing that. I hate when people keep spamming more videos, more videos. I do not mind ending the TikTok live anymore. I was gonna play Fear the Fathom, but I can't. Don't test me, bro, because I will play it. Put Jubilee on? No, I cannot play Jubilee. Cannot put on Jubilee. Deadpool, I will literally mute you, bro. I'm not kidding. Like, I'm not kidding. I will mute you for like 30 years. 30 years, bro. Oh! All right, make sure y'all come to the YouTube and the Twitch. About to get crazy. Y'all said stop. Okay, I'm about to end the TikTok live. It's about to get bad. I don't care if people are leaving. I will just end it. I will just end the live. So I'm not gonna end it. It's only one person saying that. I'm not gonna end it, bro. I'm just not gonna read the TikTok anymore. It's cool. Oh, actually, I actually have to end TikTok. I actually have to end the TikTok. I actually have to. Just come to the Twitch and the YouTube because I can't play this game while on TikTok. I'm sorry. Sorry. I gotta end it though. Bye. Just come to the Twitch and the YouTube if you wanna see me stream. Bye y'all. Love y'all. Bye. Ooh. Bye. Yeah, I really don't like. I hate how annoying people are on TikTok. I literally don't like it. Like they're so damn annoying. Anyway, yeah, you crashed on. I didn't crash Fast and Furious on purpose. It just crashed. I'm not playing that crashy, buggy ass game. All right, bro, trying to party up. Man, made me have to come back to Twitch. Yes, sir. Let's see. Group Finder. Quad. I'm gonna play like a couple games. I think we found a group. W. Why is bro so mad? I'm not mad. What are you talking about? In fact, for saying I'm mad, how about I just get you out of my chat? How about that? How about that? Yeah, I'm gonna get you out of my chat, bro. I can't even find your name.
Hey, y'all got mics or nah?
Yeah, I got Mike. I got Mike.
Hello, hello.
Hold on.
Hey, let's
All right, gotta get this loser out of my chat. Remove. There we go. All right. There we go. I'm here. What's up, y'all?
What's up, man?
Said my bad, Hundo. I don't care. You don't want to arm wrestle, bro. You don't want that smoke, bro. What? Bro, what? Run it back. Run it back. Just gave him a free dub. Like, what? Chat, I'm better. Chat, I'm better. Chat, I'm a W. W's in the chat, chat. W's in the chat. Yeah, get out this seat, bro. You suck, bro. Let's start this, John. Come on, pick a John, bro. Hold on, let me play him. Let me play you, bro. You not nothing. You butt. You cheeks. Cheeks. You cheeks. Oh shit.
Got money on little.
Alright, bro, let's go to the shuttle, bro. Let's go to the shuttle. Cheeks, bro. W's in the chat, bro. Let's go. Alright, which one is this, though?
Hello, Brand.
That was the kill the snitch.
You said, what's my real name? Bro, you not finding that out, bro? Hundo on top, you already know, boy.
You are the exterminator. Only we can tell you what is true. There is a snitch inside the prison.
Oh, this is a
prepared to
snitch!
testify against our truth. Kill the snitch. And we'll let you out.
Oh, this the snitch one. Okay. Yo, that scared the shit out of me, I'm not gonna lie. Why is he pulling his organs out? I'm guessing we gotta find keys in his guts. And I got a young, I got neon guts. Yo, that's that Daza. No, on God, Frank. Infiltrate the police station. Alright. It's the police station. Come to the police station, y'all. Why is he already here? Over here. I see. No way. No way. Bro! Why is this one so hard already? Oh my gosh. Yeah, antidote, bro. Come on, bro. Oh. Oh, oh no. I need an antidote, bro. Think you can hurt me? Go find another spot, bro. But we not gonna. What difficulty did he put this on? Well, chill, bro. Chill, bro. Chill, little bro. Oh my God, bro! Oh my God, they literally just killed me, bro. Oh my God, bro!
No.
Bro, bro got a whole penis, bro. What the fuck? Hold on, bro. I'm pretty sure I put the. Like, hold on, bro. Graphics. Preset. Like, I'm pretty sure I put that shit to like friendly shit. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Alright, but I gotta figure that out. Sanity display. Bro, I'm getting executed, bro. I'm getting executed. I just got executed, bro. I'm leaving this. I'm leaving the trial. I'm leaving the trial, bro. I just got executed. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck? Chat, what the fuck, bro?
You are the
Bro, what the fuck, bro? I got an F. Alright, suck my dick, bro.
You have earned nothing. You have learned nothing.
I'm playing COD, bro. Fuck this. I'm playing COD. Fuck this. I'm playing COD, bro. We're playing COD. Cause fuck that, bro. I'm not playing that shit, bro. What the fuck? Bro, y'all all spamming in the chat, bro. Alright, bro. Y'all saying L. Alright, bro. Y'all got it, bro. Y'all got it, bro. I got it, bro. No. Keep that same energy. Watch this. Watch this. Keep that same energy. Yeah. I want all y'all to check out your windows, bro. I just sent a predator missile to all y'all houses, bro. I just hacked everything, bro. I just sent a missile to all y'all houses, bro. Yeah. Yeah. Look outside in 10 minutes. You said try the first horror game again? Nah. Bro, I'm just gonna play Search and Destroy, bro. I'm just gonna troll niggas. Can't forget I'm not on TikTok. I can curse. Hunter, I'm gonna hit you up at the TikTok on TikTok after the stream and see what you can do. Cause what you doing? What? What can do? Cause what doing for you? I'm trying to do for Shinobi. What the fuck are you typing? Literally tell me what you're typing, bro. What the fuck did he type? I don't know what the fuck he just typed. The fuck? The fuck did he type? His grammar is off the charts. No, on God. On God, bro. He said something about... Nah, I'm not talking about the Japanese. The nigga sending Japanese in there. Because I know what that says. I understand Japanese, but like... I don't know what the fuck he just typed, bro. Let me keep it a book. Yo, chat, tell me if I'm thick or not, chat, tell me if I'm thick. I'm muscular, right? Chat, I'm muscular?
I don't want to.
Whoa!
You guys are big hoes.
Chat, I'm muscular? Whoa, chill.
What in the living fuck did I just see? What was that? Okay, that score was glitched. I saw 1735 on their side.
Yo, how y'all play this?
You basically kill the enemy without dying.
Oh, alright. How you shoot the gun?
If you die, you're dead. What the? Oh, flash. I changed my flash to flash black screen instead of white, and it confuses the shit out of me every time.
Hey, let's be good, bro.
No!
Damn.
He got lucky.
Bro.
I was like, I got one in the house, but I didn't get any more.
Bro, in the ocean.
Out for a swim.
I don't want to join the match.
Swimming with the fishes.
Bro's literally in the ocean, bro. What the hell?
Hey, see that white dot in the middle of your screen? Go catch it.
He said, hold up, I saw a fish. You don't know how to get back. My man can't swim, he's just drowning out there. He's like, help, please. Somebody.
You gonna aim with your sniper?
Oh, we got one. Good shit. He's gonna call him out, be like, he's in the water. Half the map's water. This man's genius.
Chat, I'm getting hot. Chat, it's hot. The air quality's bad. Everything sucks, bro. Chat, I'm hot. Chat, I'm hot. Okay. Oh, chat. Okay. Alright, chat.
That's quiet.
That's good chats, bro.
Oh. Almost.
Almost.
Think you were my back, Daddy.
Never
I'll make
mind.
your boy dick extra good tonight.
Damn.
You're fucking nigger.
Whoa! Whoa, bro, come on!
That's just how it be, bro.
He said
That's
Tigger,
just what you gotta
guys.
deal with.
Yeah.
Rude ass people.
Most people, I mean, I hate to say this, but most people are just used to hearing it on this game now. It's just like, you know, I said it.
Oh my god, I got flashed. And alright, bro. Literally get flashed and I just get shot in the stairs. That's crazy.
Shit, bad. You scared me there.
Shooting me, man?
God chat is crazy, bro.
I thought we was homies. So we ain't homies. He's upstairs. On the bookshelf thing. No. In the room.
It's not lagging.
He's
Just chilling,
behind me.
boy.
Got fucked in the ass.
Oh.
Literally, got my ass.
Whoa, what's he talking about, yo?
I wasn't there behind it.
Yo, you got what in your ass? What?
No, I said I got shot in my ass.
Oh.
We have secured the bomb.
Yo, chat.
Come on, get your mind out the gutter.
My fault. I thought I just heard something else.
They're planting at Bravo.
God damn it.
Bro, stay going
Well,
for a swim.
Did not know there was a hole up there.
Yeah, I found that out today too.
I don't play this map very often.
Yeah. I roll Thunder, show him what's up.
I'll have yet to do my reconnaissance.
Rolling Thunder,
We were already
show
down 3
him.
games.
That's alright.
Oh.
Bro, it's Nick Burke's a streamer. What up, nigger?
Did you just try to silence
Yo!
Hang the white
that?
boy.
You're getting muted.
Bro, I gotta mute them all, bro.
Yeah, I muted them. Yep. We lost Rolling Thunder. We lost our carry. Wait, hold up. Grenade. Yeet. 3, 2, 1. Boom.
Literally saying slurs on this joint. Like, what's up with them, bro?
I got 2 of them.
They've planted at Alpha.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
Oops, my fault.
Oh shit, I don't know where he was. He's out in the water.
I should have went up.
He is.
Yeah, way out there. Sitting by the boat. You're not gonna make it
Looks
there.
like he
You can
doesn't-
see the bomb.
I have hope.
Oh my god. I'm rage quitting, bro. I'm leaving. Bro, I suck today, bro. Alright, bro. You know what we about to do, bro? You know what we about to do, bro? We about to play shipment, bro. Not gonna lie, you suck, bro. Yo, suck my. This you. This you. Oh, you're just giving me. You're just slopping on my shit, bro. Slopping on my shit, bro. Shut up. Bro, it's loading for me. Any of y'all? No, Jordan, it's not. You just suck. Bro, I had to get out of that chat, bro, because they was wildin', bro. They was fucking wildin', bro.
Wasted that one. X-ray down. Switching max.
Alright, chat. I want to see some godly shit, bro. Oh, shit. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Contact in this area.
And I get stunned. I'm not gonna lie, chat. Chat. I'm gonna do a challenge. Chat. If I die, the stream ends, alright? From starting now, if I die, the stream ends. Y'all ready? All right. I think I kind of got this. I'm not even gonna lie. If I stay like in this area, I think I'm good. W bits whoever donating those. I think I got this, y'all. I think I'm chilling. Chat, I think I got this, yo. Shit, I keep. Yo, I survived!
Mission failed. Return to base.
Yeah, I told y'all, chat. I would have really ended it too. All right, chat. All right, a lot of y'all saying, all right, Geometry Dash now. Let's play Geometry Dash. Let's play Geometry Dash, bro. Geometry Dash, bro. Since I haven't played that in a minute, bro. And that's what we known for in this channel, bro. Geometry Dash, bro. I've been kind of ignoring that game because I'm scared, bro. Geometry Dash, bro. Can we get some W's in the chat, though? I'm rubbing my nipples. Sorry. What the hell? I just... Oh, my... Geometry Dash. Here we go. All right, bro. Let's get it. Geometry Dash. All right, bro. Y'all already know what it is, bro. I still have not beat this yet. Nah, that's it, bro. That's it, bro. So I got sub on Twitch, or I just will not play it anymore. Just won't keep going. That's it. So take a break and play another game. No, I'm taking a break and getting off stream. Yeah. Yeah, bro. That's it, bro. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep. All right, I'm gonna talk to y'all, yo. We're gonna raid out someone though. We're gonna raid someone. Let's raid someone, bro. Hold on. I gotta see who we gonna raid someone, bro. I'm gonna raid Pamta. Yo, get ready for this raid, bro. Y'all ready for the raid? Y'all ready for this raid, bro? Yo, all right, bro, stick around, bro. If you're in the YouTube, come to the YouTube, bro. I mean, come to the Twitch. Come to the Twitch and help with the raid. Help with the raid. If you're in the YouTube, come to the Twitch real fast. All right, y'all show my girl Pam Tay some love, bro.
What the 151?
All right, talk to y'all.
I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna do some dangerous things today. He has an Odin short. He has an Odin short.
That's my short.
Right there.
He has all two. He has all. He should probably fix.
Please fake it. Please fake it. Please now. Tap it. Please.
Prepare for hellfire.
Last player standing. Go, 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 go.
You could press M.
No one else could do this.
All your friends.
Oh, just hit your fucking shots. Stop being fucking.
Why did y'all ban Deadpool?
Holy fuck! He could have had that. He could have had that. Sorry.
You're not being shot at. You're doing something.
Normally Rims don't play there. They play here.
Wait, where do they usually play? Like on the left or the right?
What the heck?